Hello, this is Catfish Trash Talk. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle W. Herzog.
Hi, hello.
Hi, hello. We had a great pre-show meeting.
We should have recorded that. That was like BS.
We should have definitely not recorded that.
No, I know. Actually, we would get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, what I do love about us is that we can't not podcast. We can't not recap.
Why are we like this?
Like everything we do in our life, we have to recap. Like we had Easter together and we're like, do you want to recap this later? And it's like, why not just say, do you want to talk on the phone?
No, we have to recap.
And then I'll
Our
be
whole
like,
life is a podcast.
everything in my life is a podcast. Why are we
true.
like this?
No, Matt says, like, I'll be like, last night I was like, oh, Matt, I'm going to go podcast, but it's fast. It's unexpected. I'm going to be done in like 20 minutes. He's like, yeah, sure. You guys are going to kibitz for an hour beforehand.
We kibitz.
And I'm like, yeah, you're right, though. But meanwhile, we were just on the phone for an hour.
But then we were on a phone for an hour before that.
But also, and now we were 44 minutes here.
44 minutes here. Listen, guys, if you want to hear all of these secrets that we tell, go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. And that's where you can find so many episodes of our favorite other podcast, BS.
Where we just do this. We just do this.
Also,
my mom said she sent you a birthday card, by the way.
Your mom
you got it.
Definitely did.
Okay, that's so cute.
I thanked her.
She told me today.
Your mom is a mensch.
She is a mensch. She's a mensch on a bench.
She's a mensch on a bench. We're here to talk about season 2, episode 14 of Catfish, the television show, Derek and Kristen. Now, the funny thing about this is that every time I see Derek on a Catfish episode, I go, we're in Derek's driveway.
I know. And there's like 5 Dereks that have been on Catfish.
I know. It's a very, I guess, Midwestern name.
Did you remember this episode?
Not even a little bit. Amnesia.
See, meanwhile, I all the way remember this episode.
Not even slightly. Like I said, when I watch a lot of these things, it's like the first time. I can read every book on my bookshelf and not remember that I even have these books.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This was it wasn't bad. It just
it's fine. All right. So
it's all right.
We're gonna start off. Neve still has his boot on.
He can't get it off.
He can't get it off. This is like years ago.
Yeah.
He hurt his foot.
Get it off.
So we meet Derek. He's 23. He's from Michigan. He was in the Army for 6 years. And he met Kristen on Facebook. She's 23. She's from Tampa. And he has 2 sons. Now, this is, I think, maybe the craziest part of the episode.
That we don't know anything about his kids.
So he married his high school sweetheart. I'm assuming after high school, and they had a son, right? So then he said that he got deployed, I guess, and he thinks that she cheated.
Right. I guess she cheated on him when he left. I don't know.
But he said he said that he thinks that she cheated.
Yeah. I don't know.
Then they got divorced.
So it's
when he got home.
Okay, maybe it was speculation. It was never proven.
Right. So 6 months later, he met someone in the Army and he got them pregnant. And then he went to Texas because he got deployed to Texas and she moved in with just another guy, but they were engaged.
Right. But it's like kind of like, oh, you are the common denominator here, friend.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Why are you shooting things? Come on, guys.
Right. Why are you doing this stuff in the people?
Stop doing this stuff in the people.
Stop doing the stuff in the people. And you guys know what we mean. I'm trying not to be so gross.
No, it's okay. So back in Michigan, he's been there for 3 months. Right. He said that he cannot video chat because he doesn't have a webcam. But he said, no, here's the other thing. He said he's super close with his kids. Define super close with your kids. Okay, hold on. He takes them to the movies or bowling once a week.
Well, that's how you know they're super close.
Yeah, no, super close. I'm super close with the checkout girl at Food Town.
It's so weird. It's like you take to the movies. That's why you're close.
You take them.
How old are your kids too?
They're probably like 6 months old. And he's
that's what I mean. How old are your kids?
You can bowl while I'll bowl and you sit in your car seat.
I'll bowl you.
Let me swaddle you and just
Uh-huh.
send you down the lane. Grab all the
Yeah.
pins while you're down there.
Oh
He's taking a
boy.
2-month-old to see Saving Private Ryan.
Right. Like what's happening? Give us a little more info.
So he likes Kristen because she babysits for a living. So she's good with kids and she supports him. Now, every single man on this show,
Mhm.
they ask them what they like about the girls, and it's always about them.
Oh, it's always about them.
It's not like I like her because she's so beautiful. She's super
She's so
ambitious.
smart.
She's
Yeah.
so smart. And it's so nice to talk to her. I'm so attracted to her soul and her energy. It's always like, well, she listens to me when I talk.
She listens to me. She likes kids, so she'll be a mom to my kids.
And she likes me. I like her because she likes me. Great.
She likes me. She loves sex. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy.
She's willing to, I could just do the stuff.
Do whatever.
I could do the stuff and the people.
And she lets me.
She agreed. She agreed beforehand that I could do all the stuff and all the people. So she never has time to meet.
Right.
So he's been at his grandparents' house for 3 months and he was in Baghdad for 15 months, but he hurt his ankle and knee. And I was waiting for Neve to be like, oh, bro, do you see my boot?
I was waiting for Neve to be like, do you have a weapon of mass destruction?
Oh, boy. So
like the last guy.
Yeah, that worked out well. He wants to go back to school. This is all about him.
Right. He doesn't talk about also like, okay, why are you living with your grandparents? I don't know. Not because I'm judging you, but maybe tell me a little more about yourself too. But like not everything that's so like self-serving.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like everything he's like, I like her because I'm going to go back to school and she's going to support me and watch my kids. It's like, oh, okay.
How about like how far away do your kids live? Do you share custody with them?
Well, whatever. Also,
how old are they?
We can't get mad at that because that could be the editing. They probably didn't care.
I guess it's just one thing I've noticed is as the more the show goes on, the less we find out about the main people. Because like in the beginning, like the first episode, you find out everything about the people.
Right.
And also I don't like the intro. I always like the beginning intro, the season 1 intro, where it's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. It was when they explained what catfish was. Yes.
That was Neve's story. And this is your story.
Yeah. And that's what
Catfish,
I like.
was it Catfish the movie was my story, and Catfish the TV show is your story, right? Something like that. So he has an iPad. He's like, let me show you on my iPad. And Max is like, I have news for you. You see this iPad? This is a camera.
He's like, I don't care.
Video. Right. But it's like, stop playing dumb.
He doesn't want to know.
Okay. Right. But okay. So now her name is Kristen who? They're like, come on, bro.
And he's like, I don't inquire about last names. Okay.
You know why? Because he doesn't care. It's not about him. He doesn't know anything about her because he's never asked about her because he doesn't care about her.
He doesn't care. Right.
He's like, let's talk more about me.
Yeah, I totally agree.
She was probably like, I want to tell you who I really am. And he's like, great. Anyway, let's talk about me going back to college and you watching
Let's talk about
kids.
how much you like me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So on her Facebook, Kristen who, she is in a relationship with Derek on Facebook.
Okay, that's a good sign.
She put up pictures of Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay, fine. He didn't know who Vanessa Hudgens was. He was in Baghdad.
There was 3 different.
Fine.
What happened in Baghdad?
I don't know. Maybe there's not many Disney movies. Wasn't she a Disney girl? I don't know.
Oh no, I wouldn't know that either. But I would know that it's 3 different faces of 3 different women.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
So they run her number and they get Chastity in Michigan. And Neve is like, well, this guy really doesn't pay attention to details, huh?
Right. Yep.
Okay, well, that's great for being in the army.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're in combat and you don't pay attention to details.
It's because he doesn't want to.
Right. Because it doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to him. She's just someone on the other end of the phone listening to him.
Right. So there's this guy on her page. His name is City Light something, which is so funny because it's like, that it's probably like some kind of his business or his like DJ name or something.
It's totally his DJ name.
It's like, so they reach out to him and they also see that her URL on Facebook is Trisha Ward. So they find Trisha Ward on Facebook, and she's just married with 2 kids and a husband.
And it's like that never pans out.
So they asked, so City Lights calls them back. And I love how they're like, is this City Lights? He's like, this is City Lights. And it's like, this is not.
Listen, the first episode of Jersey Shore, everybody's meeting everybody. Jenny comes in. They're like, what's your name? She goes, J Wow. Vinny's like, you can't just say Jenny. Her name is J Wow. Oh, I'm V Wow. Right. It's like, just
And
say your
wow.
name. Right. Come on.
So they asked City Lights.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, who is this girl, Kristen? Who? He's like, who? LOL.
Yeah, exactly. Who?
And they're like, did her name used to be Trisha Ward? He's like, oh yeah. I don't know. I just like hit on random girls
and he's
online.
like, oh yeah, she changed it.
He's like, whatever. He's like, I also don't care.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
I've been sending her dick pics. She's whatever.
I promote myself for the clubs. You know,
it's fine. She asked me, you know, if I had any kids. It's great. I don't care. Who cares? All right. So they tell Derek, and he's super upset. He's like crying.
Why?
Because he's like, is she not going to take care of my kids?
Right. Is she not going to? I mean, who's going to watch my kids while I'm in college?
Right. He's like, she's a professional babysitter.
Is she not going to write my papers for me?
Oh my God. He's like, she makes the best macaroni and cheese. Kraft. So Neve goes to call Kristen, and she sounds so weird on the phone.
I think was she being bitchy?
I don't think so. I think that's just how she speaks. But like, I'm looking. The problem is that I'm looking at this picture of Kristen who, and I'm like, whose voice is this?
Yeah, it's not hers.
She sounds so weird. She said that there's more going on in her life than he knows.
Okay, that's
They're like,
fine.
we know that you live in Michigan. She's like, oh no, I used to live in Michigan. And then she goes, I have to get back to babysitting. Click.
Right. And Neva's like, I just need 1 more minute. She's like, nope, talk to you tomorrow.
It's like, these are the worst scripted phone calls I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's very silly.
So the next day, Neve calls. It goes to voicemail. He calls like 800 times.
Mm-hmm.
She texts him that she wants to meet at Lake Orion, he says.
Right.
But then later on, Max calls it Lake Orion. So which one is it?
I didn't. Are they different?
I don't know if
are they 2 different places.
No, I don't think they're 2 different places. But how do you say that word? Orian.
I think it's Orion.
Okay, but hold on. Let's see. Orion. Yeah, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Orion pronunciation.
This is always fun when we do this because neither of us are adults and know the real answer to things.
Well, because Max was saying the other one.
No,
So
I know.
Let's see.
Either as Orion, 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 or as Orion, Orion.
Okay, so it's either Orion. Well, I don't know who that man is talking because
I think it's Orion because my friend has a son named Orion and it's spelled that way. That's really why I think it.
Thank you. But like Orion's belt.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know him. Mm-hmm. I always thought he was Irish.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he sounds Irish. Orion Seamus.
Orion McHugh. Actually, I know him.
I actually grew up with him with you. It's very funny.
Yeah, I just feel like Orion Murphy, you know, and like this works with a lot of different Irish
it does
names.
work.
Yeah. But I was like, Max, I don't think it's that.
He doesn't know.
He said that he doesn't want to meet her if she's married. So now all of a sudden he has like these morals, but like, I think he's full of it. That's like the greatest excuse in the world.
Well, because he was cheated on while he was married.
No. Okay. Also, it's like, stop being so sensitive. We're going to do this TV show, whether you have morals or not. Sorry to tell you.
Right. You don't have
Derek.
to prove anything to us.
Right.
Right.
Also, you don't have to do sex with her. You don't have to do this stuff in the people just because you met her.
Right. You could just meet her without doing the stuff
in the people.
In the people.
Yeah, you could just say hello.
Right. It doesn't mean you have to get down to business.
All right. So they go to this big, beautiful mansion.
That place was huge.
It was not only huge, it was huge and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's a lot of bricks. I like that.
I like it.
Chastity answers the door.
Mm-hmm.
This haircut, the only way I could describe it is Edward Scissorhands.
gave her the haircut.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking more like she bleached half of her head and her hair fell out. So she dyed it dark.
No, I think it was Edward Scissorhands. I think
Was
that's
this
what
ever a look? Was this a thing?
Yeah, in the
did?
movie Edward Scissorhands.
I love that movie.
I don't know why I'm doing the emphasis on the hands. I think it's
Scissorhands.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, like topiary, right? He used to cut all the things.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to do the thing in the people.
Yeah, and the people with
He
the
also
stuff,
did that.
the bushes. Oh yeah, he did do that. He
Mhm.
busted the waterbed.
Oh my God. That was terrifying. So she has 2 kids. She said that she started the page for court reasons because her ex was in prison and she wanted to see his posts and she wanted to make sure that he didn't get any kind of custody. Now, the thing is that this is not a true story, and I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Too much explanation. There's too much double talk. It's not real.
I just figured it was because I don't think back then inmates really were able to use social media. I think that's more of like
no.
New
I
thing,
think but it might be like he was in prison afterwards. No, I mean, you're not allowed to use social media when you're in jail right now.
Oh,
Allowed.
it's a little looser.
Allowed though.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So no, I don't think he had jail book. I think maybe he was in jail at one time.
Okay, that actually makes so much
right. But like the way
sense.
she kept explaining like exactly how the custody would work, it's like, say no more.
She seemed like a pathological liar to me. I don't know her,
but that's what I'm saying. She was saying,
seemed.
Say less.
She like just didn't really make so much eye contact. There was a lot of him to just forgive her. Yeah, I'm a liar. Whatever, forgive me.
Okay, so she explains this whole thing, and then they're like, all right, your name was Chastity Nonaya, and she's like, none ya business. And it's like, waka waka waka.
Here's the thing. The whole episode, it was clear as day. It's none of ya. Like it's none of your business. These 2 morons kept saying like, no ya, na ya. Well, how do you say her last name? It's like none of your business, moron.
Kristen who?
Tracey. I wanted to put my head through the wall. I'm like, how are you not getting this, guys?
Well, we find out that we're at her grandparents' house, and Trisha Ward is just a name she made up.
Okay, random.
And then she changed it to Kristen who because everyone was trying to hang out with her.
Yeah, so she had it like
she had a
where
fake,
she lived.
And she had a fake move to Tampa.
She had to be like, yeah, I moved to Tampa, so sorry we can't hang out.
Okay. Everyone likes me so much.
I'm so wanted.
Everyone likes Vanessa Hudson so much.
But like, what's wrong with you?
Well,
so
I will
much.
tell you, number 1, her hair.
Yeah, that's
number 1.
That's a red flag if I've ever seen one.
It's a red flag. So Neve said that she should have confessed. She's smirking all the way.
Smirking the whole time.
She tries to justify everything, and he's super upset. He just wants to go.
And he says, like, this is the biggest lie anyone's ever really told me. And she's like,
okay, but also,
can I have a hug so we can grow together? What?
All right. So they go back to the hotel, and then the next day they go to see her again. And in her grandparents' backyard, there's a pond with catfish in it.
It was a very nice house. Probably a lot of mosquitoes back there, but nice house.
I would say that the mosquitoes are pretty
They need a
hardcore.
top fence.
They
Top
need a
mosquito fence.
They really need a mosquito fence.
Yeah.
Ones that something so high the mosquitoes can't fly over it.
Yeah, seriously.
So they talk alone. And this is why they're by the pond.
Right.
And she says, I want to grow. And he's like, well, I don't. So here's the thing. At first, he's like, hello, you're a stranger from the internet that lied to me. And she's like, well, I want to be with you. And he's like, okay, I'm ready to be with you.
Did you fully expect them to be chaining cigarettes? I thought they were going to be ripping cigarettes back there.
They love smoke. I know. It's like, this is like the first time that they haven't like chain smoked when they're talking alone.
I truly thought they would be ripping cigarettes.
I thought
that.
I know, it's like every single time Neve's always like, do you guys want to smoke alone?
Right. Right. Because that's what I think is happening.
You guys,
I know you're right too. Because she's like, do you want to be with me? He's like, no, I want.
And then she's like,
something.
Yeah. And then she's like, so now he's ready to be with her immediately. That's great. And she says, now this is
This is you.
This is me.
You
She
think I'm
goes,
pretty?
she goes, do you think I'm pretty? He's like, hell yeah. And she's like, what do you like about me?
I love it. It's like, do you think I'm pretty? What do you like about me? Tell me in exact detail.
I like to do it. See, that's what I like. I like to do that
No,
to you.
that was very funny. I'm like, look at this girl.
Look at this. But it's so funny how easy that was.
Mhm, I know. It was
It's
like
like-
suddenly everything's fine.
Derek, Derek, you
just
we're
don't wanna
gonna
be
you're gonna
alone.
do the stuff in the people. Relax. So
Yep.
now she wants her hug. There is nothing creepier and more off-putting than someone saying, where's my hug? I want
Okay,
my hug.
Tracy, that is, I'm going to tell you what this is. And I'm going to
is a-
stereotype here a little bit. This is the guys on work release in the Applebee's kitchen. When
Where's
you
my
walk
hug?
in,
Where's my hug, Ma?
where's my hug, Ma? Yes,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
see them
where's
all.
where's my kiss hello?
That's what I'm saying. I see you. Warren,
Okay,
I
but
see
it's-
you. Adolphus, I see you. I see all of you.
Oh my God, you're naming their real names. Imagine they're listening to this right now and they're like, oh God, I just like catfish. Should have called me out like that.
It's so true though. Like
Okay,
I
but
remember.
it's also your uncle that touches you.
It is. It's like your uncle that wants to take pictures of you in the basement. You know, it's like
Wow. This is getting very specific. You're gonna have child services called for you.
yeah, it's like Uncle Rico on Napoleon
Uh-huh.
Dynamite. Like just a creepy uncle.
I built you a cake.
Oh God, I love Uncle
All
Rico.
right. So now she wants her hug. She gets her hugs.
they all take pictures together.
They always do that at the ends of the cats.
But it was cute, and he like gave her a little peck.
Just like Uncle Rico in the
Imagine if they
basement.
like tongued each other down, like
Like
right
the-
there
Oh my God. Like that
Yes,
other, what was it?
on
Alex?
the sidewalk.
Oh,
I will
God.
never forget that. They kissed and went
What was that
down.
girl's name? It was Alex and
Danny, I think.
Danny. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 days later.
Pretty much.
No. 2 days later, they go
Well,
on a date.
Right. Well, the checkup wasn't 2 days later, but 2 days later,
2
they had
days
gone
later,
on a
they
date.
go on a date.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And here's the checkup. It's not working out. And they have different views. So now we go to Chastity and she's focusing on her kids and working at Burger King. And they're like, are you the burger queen? And she's like, yes. She's like, it's just, I'm too outspoken and he's like too quiet. What happened?
Biden and Trump.
Okay. I got to tell you, I think Chastity said the N-word.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
Like that's what happened.
Something bad happened, or she was just like, I hate the gays or something.
Right. Like, yeah, like she said something not good.
Yeah, their beliefs are very different,
Okay.
clearly.
But you went on one date and he never wants to speak to her again.
That's the thing. He has no plans on
What?
talking to her again.
What? Chastity, what did you, for her to say, well, I was just too outspoken. That is an admission of something very bad.
And maybe she got like knocked down drunk.
No, because then he would say like she's an alcoholic. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, she said something.
No, she said
So
bad,
bad.
things. Uh-huh.
She said something very bad.
Yeah,
Maybe she admitted
did.
to like killing one of her kids or something.
Maybe.
Oh my God. Well,
I don't know. Who
she's a burger
knows?
queen.
She is a burger queen.
I like how-
I like that type of humor.
Okay, but I like how every time we have a checkup and
Yeah.
there's nothing to tell and nothing good has happened for them in their lives, they're always like, yeah, I'm just like focusing on me, or
Always.
I'm focusing on work, or I'm focusing on my kids. What were you doing before that, Chastity? Were your kids okay? Did you know you had kids? Were you feeding them before, or now
Also
it's just now?
interesting. She wasn't working before.
Right, but now she's a burger queen.
Yeah. I mean, good for her. Listen, Eddie port in a
It
storm,
was just
as
so
my father
funny.
would say.
Noelle,
Yeah.
totally agreed. It was just very funny
Mhm.
that they were kind of they said that to her.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for it, Noelle.
Okay. So I want to do a little ditty here.
Okay.
I just want to preface this by saying I have scoured the internet
Mhm.
looking for the both of them,
Yeah.
and I can't find it, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
There's been a few catfish with Derek in it. Like, I'm in Derek's driveway.
I'm
So when you-
Derek's driveway.
So when you try to look up catfish Derek, that's what pops up constantly. It's really hard to find. And then it turns out Chastity was also on season 7, catfishing her cousin. So it's really hard to find something from season 2.
Season 7?
Season 7, she's in it. She's
Why
on it again.
Do you remember why she catfished her cousin?
No, but I know it wasn't to like hurt her cousin. And I also, I mean, I was reading on Reddit, people are like, she like had like a drastic weight loss, and people are like, she just wanted to go on and flaunt herself. That's what everybody
I would have done the
saying.
same thing.
Me too.
Like, if I get a new lipstick, I'm gonna go back on Cash Cab.
Also, though, I think her hair was even on season 7.
Oh, thank God. I was gonna ask you about that. All right, well, I guess we'll get there one day.
So as soon as I saw that we were going to watch this episode, I'm like, I remember seeing something about this about like 6 months ago, an article about Derek, and Derek actually transitioned to Rachel.
Interesting.
And I'm thinking, and I'm like, I know that I saw this. I know that I read about this, and I actually saw an update, and I can't remember where I saw it, but you know what? Let me look up. I'm sure it has to be somewhere online.
Right.
When I tell you, I cannot find this anywhere. So I'm thinking this must have been somebody from like a later season.
Right. Maybe you were thinking about Derek's driveway.
Right. Somebody. I looked in the catfish groups. I looked everywhere. Finally on Reddit. Right. On the subreddit, the Catfish, the TV show, there is a thread.
Okay.
And I'm going to read it to you.
I would like you to read it to me.
Someone wrote, am I the only one who remembers this?
Ooh.
A few years ago, Catfish did a catch up with previous participants, and they followed up with Derek, who had since come out as trans and I believe was going by Rachel. I can't find the catch-up episode, and I remembered something else. Chastity was the OG catfisher, and she ended up popping up in season 7 as a catfish. And when asked if she was in touch with Derek, she mentioned that things had changed. I remember seeing it on the episode when it aired, but the current
intended.
Right. But the current versions don't include that anymore.
So it did include that in the old version?
Or in a catch-up episode, and now it's gone.
Why?
I don't know. So they said, am I crazy or did I make all of this up? And then people are like commenting on it, like, oh, I'm sure, you made it up, blah, blah, blah. And then finally someone said at the end of this episode is the part you're talking about. But now it's a dead link. And then someone else said, yes, I tried to tell people about this, but I could never find anything about it online.
Right.
I literally thought I hallucinated the whole situation. I'm so glad you posted this because no one believed me. Once she transitioned, she was in a poly relationship and everything, right? And then someone said, yes, you are correct. So it's like, I don't know why it's nowhere online though. Like I can't find it anywhere.
Interesting.
So then in the Catfish, the TV show Facebook group, I was searching about it too. And then someone said, I have the recap episode on TiVo. This is from 3 years ago.
Right.
The
TiVo is a little bit longer than 3 years ago.
Well, it's from 3 years ago. And the interview with the trans woman, that was Derek, was a recap of the Chastity episode. She lives in a house with a polyamorous group / relationship. So it's like, and then said, I just got home and rewatched it. It's definitely Derek and Kristen. It's the recap that was broadcasted a few weeks ago, and it showed how she transitioned. But now that's nowhere online.
I wonder if she asked them to pull it for some reason.
That's what I'm thinking.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's been like totally wiped. I can't find it anywhere, and I can't find anybody's social media. So that's the most I have. I'm going to keep looking, but if you guys remember this, I really want you to post in the group.
Please post in the group about this. Please, if you have any other information about this, definitely reach out to us in the group. It's Catfish Trash Talk on Facebook. So go in there. That's where we talk about the podcast. We talk about the show. You guys could talk to us in there, but post in the group. Please post in the group.
Yeah, because I really felt like I was going crazy, and I'm like, no. This is real. Other people remember this too.
This is deep.
It really is. And I find it so interesting. Like, I wish it wasn't wiped from the Catfish
from
universe.
the world.
Yeah.
From the entire world. Well, that was amazing, Noelle. Thank you so much for digging that deep for us.
Thanks so much for listening.
You're amazing. Guys, go to our Catfish Instagram, Catfish Trash Talk on Instagram. Noelle keeps us updated with so many things over there.
All the things.
All the things. Listen to our other podcasts, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk and Teen Mom Trash Talk. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, they're totally free. Also, patreon.com/trash talk podcast for all of our bonus content.
Ooh, okay.
Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can follow me at Trixie2Zini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And everything podcast related is at TraceyCarnazzo.com, including my upcoming tour dates.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So yeah, check that out over there. Come out to a live show and say hey. Leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review. And please tell your friends about us. And why don't you post about us on your social media? Tell us that you're listening to us.
That would be awesome.
Tag us in it. Catfish Trash Talk on Instagram. We love you.
Put it on your story. I'll repost it.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.